Shivoham. How's everyone? Welcome to this pre-Valentine webinar. How many of us are feeling the vibes of love? So, because the Valentine's Day is tomorrow, so I thought of keeping the topic of love, right? So how many of us know that why Valentine's Day is celebrated? What is Valentine? Yes, we should go after the significance of the festival, right? So actually, what is the story? I'll tell you in short. Saint Valentine was a pope, a priest, a bishop. And it was in the era when Christianity came to Rome. There was a king that time named Claudius. And he believed that soldiers who are not married or soldiers who are single, they fight better in war. So what he did was, he banned marriages of young people, young soldiers. But Saint Valentine had a very compassionate heart. He understood what is love. And he secretly got many soldiers married. He got many loved ones united. And when the king found out, Saint Valentine was put to death. So he became a martyr. So in his memory, we celebrate Valentine's Day and we wish each other happy Valentine. Isn't it an interesting story? So today, let us go into the topic of love. It is said that love makes the world go around. In this world, every single suffering is because of lack of love. We are suffering because of the behavior of people, because we don't see love there. We are angry at people because we don't see love. We are upset with our children. We are upset with our spouse. We are upset with our relations. We are upset with our friends. We are upset in our workplace. All because of the behavior of people. When we see that people don't behave the way we perceive them, we expect them to behave, we are hurt. We have expectations from them. We have mentally defined how they should be and what they should not do. And when we see them behaving in that manner, we feel hurt. An employee feels hurt when, in spite of working hard, he doesn't get a raise in the company. He doesn't get a promotion in the company. The child feels hurt when he feels that I love my parents, but my parents are not behaving the way they should. Same thing goes with the parents. They feel they have sacrificed their life for the children, but children are not behaving the way they should. Right? Same thing happens between a husband and a wife. We expect people to behave in a certain way, and when they don't reciprocate, we are hurt. And understand, we are only hurt because we are actually seeking love. Right? So, we have to understand that everything in this world revolves around love. And love is something that connects people. Love is something that brings oneness among people. And love is God. They never say that love is the nature of God. They say love is God, God equal to love. Because ultimately, our spiritual journey will end when we become love. Right? So, I'm going to ask you a few quiz questions and let us answer. Okay, quickly type. Right? What is the opposite of love? Yes. What is the opposite of love? Then my next question is, while I wait for your answer, what is the color of love? Next question, what is the planet of love? Beautiful. Hate. Okay. Indifference. Okay. Okay. Fear. Yes. The correct answer is the opposite of love is fear. It is not hate. Because hate is just one word. But love is such an encompassing word that opposite of love is jealousy, indifference, hurt, pain, right? Comparison, control, expectations, anger, right? Rejection, violation, disrespect, dishonor, right? Non-acceptance. All these are opposite of love, and opposite of love is fear, right? Very nice. I got the next answer also. The planet of love is Shukra, Venus, right? The color of love is pink, right? Very nice. Now, what is the illusion of love called? When people think they love, but actually it is not love. What is it? Maya, lust. Yes. Branko is right in that illusion of love is lust. Because you think that I want you, I want to possess you, I want to control you, I want to consume you, or I want to be consumed by you. It is not love, it is lust. Next, what is the flower of love? Flower. Rose. Yes, beautiful. Why do you think rose is the flower of love? Why don't you give lotus, lily, chrysanthemum? Why is it rose? Other flowers are also so beautiful. Why this has got that high pedestal to be the flower of love? Because it is red in color, okay, but rose comes dear in all colors. It comes in yellow, it comes in black, it comes in red. It is a color of attraction, no. It is complete, no. I think there are many other flowers which are quite beautiful, right? It is a queen of flowers. Yes, the rose is called the flower of love because the rose grows in spite of the thorns, right? In spite of the thorns, a beautiful rose comes out of it, right? So in love, you know, you are so soft, you are so velvety, but still you are protected by life. Today we find it very difficult to love. You know why? Because we are scared to be hurt. Today, if you think your heart is open, you are incorrect, you're wrong. No one's heart is open. We are today in an illusion of love. Illusion of love is what you have written: attachment, right? Possessiveness, lust. So this is not love. You think it is love. I love my child. I love my boyfriend. I love my mother. It is an attachment. But actually we have to understand that the true love is the love where there is absolutely no control. Love only happens when every single control is dropped, right? So attachment, possessiveness, lust is not love. But in order to flower yourself completely like a rose to love, you have to realize it is life, it is God that protects you like the thorns. In spite of the plant not being able to move or do itself, you have to realize it is life which is going to nurture you and protect you. Now my next question. What is the language of love? Yes? Is it Chinese, Japanese? What is the language? Who will answer? The language of love is silence. Right? The language of love is silence. It doesn't need a language. Then, what is the sense of love? How do you sense love? Right? Because we have 5 senses. Which is the sense? Which senses love? Because I'll tell you what are the 5 senses. We all know it. It is just a revision. We have a smell. We have taste. We have sight. We have touch. And we have got hear. What is the sense of love? Touch. Feel. Okay? The sense of love is touch and feel. Okay. Now, I always say, and I want to repeat, that we are made up of 4 consciousness. Okay? The most gross is our body. Subtle than the body is the mind. Then the senses and then the soul. Right? In all our 4 consciousness, right? Who actually loves? Is it the body? Is it the mind? Is it the sense? Or is it the soul? Who will answer? Soul. Okay. That's why we say, I love you from the bottom of my heart, from the subtlest aspect of my being. The real answer is when true love happens, all the 4 fall in love. Right? The body also loves. And how does the body express itself? That we will talk. That is the question. The mind also loves. The sense also loves. And the soul also loves. Now the question is, how does body show love? Body shows love by touch. Any person you love, you want to touch. You just want to touch. You just feel comforted by the touch. Right? It is natural. If some person makes you react and cringe, understand the heart is closed. Right? So body shows love through touch, because body is a gross physical aspect of yours. Second, how does mind show love? Mind cannot touch. So how does a mind show love? This is the question. How does it show love? Today, if you love someone, how does your mind express the love for that person? Because what is mind? Mind is opinions. Mind is knowledge. How does it show? The mind shows love by acceptance, by honoring the other person. I accept you. You are different from me. You think differently, but I accept you. Because understand, love is oneness. Now the body cannot merge with the other body. So body will try to come close by touching. Right? The mind and the opinions are different. So they will try to achieve oneness by honoring and accepting. We agree to disagree. I honor your opinions. I accept your opinions. So mind shows love by acceptance. Right? Now, how do senses show their love? Now, what is the state in which the senses feel oneness? Right? The senses feel one in a state of joy. Because when you are in a state of pleasure or joy, the senses become still. You don't want to change it. So senses express love by showing happiness when you meet your loved one. Right? So this is the way they show oneness. And what about the soul? How does soul show love? Soul shows love through surrender. That there is no difference between you and me. There is no ego. It is surrender. Right? So these all 4 consciousness express themselves. But true love happens when all the 4 are in alignment. Then talking about it, do you think lust is love? Just having a person take care of you, just do his duties, or sex, do you think that is love? No, right? Because that is lust. Second, mind. As we said, honoring. Do you think if a person just says yes, yes, to your opinions, that is love? He just blindly follows you, or you are so authoritative that you force a person to just listen to you, that is love? Because what happens is the world is trying to experience love, but when they don't find it, they resort to control. So body tries lust, possession, sex. The mind tries to be authoritative and control, that you have to do as per my whims and fancies. That's not love, right? The senses, they try to experience pleasure, excitement all the time. Even that is not love, right? And in the soul, subjecting forced surrender to someone is also not love, because love has to be just pure and pure surrender, not forced surrender. So all the four have got opposites of love also, right? The body goes into lust, the mind goes into authoritative, senses go into an illusion of pleasure, right? And the soul goes into an ego where you force someone to surrender. But pure love happens when all the four of them are in alignment, right? Next question. Do you think in love we only do good to the other person? Do you think in love we should follow what the other person wants, and we should only be kind to the other person? We should be nice and kind to the other person? Or love is something else? Even if a mother slaps a child, a mother, tweaks the ears of a child, or a teacher punishes a student, it can be a form of love, right? Because love is equal to truth. Love is truth. Love doesn't see pampering. For love, it is not about, in love, it is not about you being happy with the person. It is about that person truly nurtures you. The person truly cares for you. And what is nurturing in a spiritual sense? Nurturing in a spiritual sense is nurturing your soul. And true love nurtures your soul, not your body, not your mind, not your sense. It nurtures your soul. Because ultimately you have come in this world for self-realization. You have come in this world to realize your soul. So true love will do what is necessary to nurture your soul, even if it means harming your body, your, going against your opinions, or doing something that your senses don't like, right? That is why in Mahabharata, destruction of Kaurav also happened through Krishna, who is love. So in true love, you also destroy the darkness of ignorance. See, all these battles, what we see in our scriptures, they are not battles between two people. They are battles between your positive qualities and your negative qualities. And it is God who is with the positive qualities, and He helps you destroy your negative qualities. So true love is one who nurtures you. Your true friend is one person who just doesn't agree to your opinions, who just doesn't make you happy, who just doesn't serve you. He is a person who ultimately wants your good. He can go against you, he can stand against you, but ultimately he wants your good. Same thing goes for parents, same thing goes for a teacher, same thing goes for any colleague, right? Then we ask ourselves, who are the people we actually say, I love you? right? Okay, when a child is born, right, the first person he falls in love is his mother, right? He falls in love with his mother, his father, sometimes grandparents, right? And as he grows up, now just think about it. How many people in the world we actually say, I love you, right? One is parents and child, they say, I love you. Do you say, I love you often to your friends? Think about it. Do you say, I love you to the people who work with you in your company? How many times you say, love you to your teacher? Why is it that it is easy to say, I love you to a parent or to a girlfriend or to a spouse? What is the reason? One is we feel comfortable, okay, not bad. Attachment, okay. I feel the reason is that love is very strongly associated with nurturing, right? So, what happens is that with parents, we know that we are nurtured, right? We know we nurture our children, right? With the spouse also, we know that there is nurturing because we share the food together, right? We share our housework together. So there is nurturing involved, right? But in companies, what happens when we are in a workplace, what happens? Our identity takes charge. We get so involved in the role play that we have to do this task or we are meant to do this role play. So what happens is because of this role play, we cannot see the nurturing. So we don't commonly say, I love you, because a lot of competition and expectations comes into the picture. But we still say, I love my job. Yes or no? I love my job. I love my profile. So love is there. So now the next question is, why is it is commonly said that we fall in love? Why is it said? Why do we fall in love? Falling is not so good, right? So why do we say we fall in love? And is it good to fall in love? Actually, all of us have experienced love, because at one point of time, I'm very sure every person experiences love, because it is the duty of life to make us experience something so beautiful. So it is very true that in love we fall, not fall, we drop. In love we drop our ego, we drop our mind. Because when we don't have to judge and then we have to agree to the opinions, we have to drop our mind. We surrender our physical self. That's why the touch comes. In senses, we surrender, we drop. We drop what we love and we want to do what the other person loves. In soul also, we drop the ego. So that dropping or losing is called fall in love. Because true love has to fall, right? But spiritually, we have to rise. So spiritually, we rise, but in true love, we actually fall in a perspective of the consciousness, right? So that is why it is said that this is one thing in which you lose everything. But what happens is, sadly, because we are in a world of illusions, Maya, true love is never experienced in this world. You cannot experience true love as a human being. You just get a glimpse of it. Glimpse. Because in this world you cannot experience, because you are so strongly connected to your identity, which is your ego. And the moment you get connected to the identity, a role play happens. Expectations come forth. Because we expect behavior. We expect a person to be in a particular frame, in a particular, to be living a certain set of definitions. So true love is not possible as a human being. Only an enlightened person can love truly. But yes, we can experience in one of the few of the consciousness. Sometimes love can happen with the body and the sense, sometimes with the mind, right? But to have true love experienced in all the four requires a very high level of awareness and consciousness. Because to love to that depth, you have to totally dissolve your ego. There should be absolutely no judgment, right? There should be absolutely, no sense of separatism from the other person. There should be no identification with your role play and with the other's role play, right? And one thing we have to understand that, as we said, that the ultimate goal of spiritual realization is love, right? What does that mean? Do you think that when you become enlightened, the world will become a very nice place? Do you think that everyone will become very nice with you? That they will start behaving very nicely with you? What will happen when you open up yourself truly to love? What will happen? I mean, that is what we say, that we want to experience complete love, or we want to experience God within. So we have to know that when that happens, the world remains the same, but you are able to look at them from the eyes of love. You are able to perceive the world through the eyes of love. And what are the eyes of love? What are the eyes? The eyes of love we can see through the lens of the 7 chakras. When a person is truly in love, in the root chakra, he is truly nurturing and supportive. He is able to see the other person also as nurturing. What does that mean? Even the other person, on a material level, the person will look like he is harming, but on a soul level, he is nurturing. Your eyes become so much full of love that whatever you see from the lens of the chakras. From the root chakra, you will see everyone as nurturing to you, nurturing for your soul. And you are nurturing to everyone. In the sacral chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, you honor everyone's identity and you honor your identity. In the Manipur chakra, you know your power and you know other person's power. You honor your opinions the way you honor the other person's opinions. In the heart chakra, you're totally selfless. You're totally selfless. You're totally unconditional. You're totally forgiving. You can imagine love is such a power that it is total detachment, but total love. Because when people feel so hurt in love, what they do is they close their heart. But imagine in love, your heart has to be open, but you have to be detached. And then the true love happens. Because love is not something you do. Love is something you are. Love is not a verb. Love is a noun. Love is a state. It is not an action. All of us want to experience love, right? But what happens is you are thinking you want to love someone or you want someone to love you. And then you go into illusion. Illusion of suffering, illusion of grief. Because you will never find someone to love you and you will never find someone you can love. Because it is an action. You have to know that love flowers when you see a conducive state in front of you. right? And what is that conducive state? You honor the person, you respect the person, you trust the person, right? You understand the person. And when you see that conducive state, your heart opens to love, right? So it is not that you have to find someone to love, it is that you have to open to love. Today what happens is your love is conditional. It will open when you see things as per your definition. Like you have defined the kind of people you want to love. You have defined, I will love a person who is honest, who is trustworthy, who is helping me, who cares for me, whom I admire. You have defined whom you want to love. And that's why your heart opens to few people and doesn't open to others. But true love happens when you see those qualities in every single person. When you see the whole world is nurturing you, the whole world is blossoming your identity. When you see you have power over the whole world, when you start valuing the whole world, because love is value. You love anything that you value. In fact, you love a person when you see qualities in him you value. Like for some people, looks are very important. I'm talking about love between a man and a woman, right? Or between friends. For some people, their knowledge is a value, intelligence is a value. For some people, honesty, truth, and straightforwardness or boldness or dynamism is of value. So when you see something that you value, you love a person. Yes or no? Right? So I repeat, for some people, they love a person because of the looks. For some people, they love person because of his intelligence, because of his qualifications, right? How he interacts and how he comes out in conversations. In some people, you love a person because of his identity, his role play, his success in life. Some people you value because of their honesty, their character. You love a person. So it is what you value. But understand, this value what you are giving to people is your definition. It is coming from your past. Whatever you did not find easily, you have started valuing. If you have found a lot of people who were dishonest, who were disrespectful, right? You will start valuing a person who honors you, right? If you appreciate beauty in this world, so you will value a person who displays that characteristic. So what your heart is opening up is again your egoic definition, that I love a person because of the value, and that value is of your ego, not the truth. So true love will happen when you realize every single person has value. Value is a parameter of the moment. Every single thing in this world is valuable. When you see that everyone loves you, supports you, honors you, and you have power within to transform the situation, right? Then your heart will open, right? It is like a rose amid the thorns. So true love will happen in a state of true power. Only a powerful person can love. A fearful person can hate. Okay? It is very easy to shout, abuse, distance, disrespect, alienate. But it is so difficult to become one. It's the most difficult thing. It is very easy to disconnect, but very difficult to forgive. Right? as I often say, that this human life is a war between the mind and the heart. Right? It is a journey from the mind to the heart. The mind is causing separation, definitions, ego, and the heart is causing oneness, forgiveness, acceptance, intelligence. So it is a war between both of them. And ultimately, the heart has to win. And the journey looks very long and very tiring and very painful. But ultimately, when you realize, right? Ultimately, when self-realization dawns, the journey looks like one day. It looks like, oh, it was a story, right? So whatever has happened with you in the past, how much ever traumatic it is, when you look back at it, it looks like one day. So it's okay, right? It is worth it. That journey of life is worth it, right? So where is love felt? Where do you feel love? Which is the organ that feels love in you. Yes, it is the heart, okay? But do you know that your heart chakra is actually 3 chakras? See, when we talk about chakras, we say there are 7 chakras, but actually there are 12 chakras. Okay? The heart chakra itself is 3 chakras. One is the Anahata chakra, one is the Hrit Padma Chakra, and one is the Thymus chakra. So we have got a Anahata chakra in the center, right? This is the Anahata chakra, this is the Thymus chakra, and this is the Hrit Padma chakra. Anahata chakra, the color is green. Hrit Padma chakra, the color is pink. The Thymus chakra, the color is aquamarine. And love happens in the Hrit Padma chakra. This is Anahata chakra is ruled by Mercury, right? The Thymus chakra is ruled by planet Chiron. It's a very strange planet. And the Hrit Padma chakra is ruled by planet Venus, right? And what is the gemstone for Venus? And it is the gemstone which a married couple exchanges between each other, right? It's the gemstone of love. And what is it? We all know. It is diamond, right? And it is your left ring finger that connects to the heart. And here you wear a diamond, right? I always tell people to wear a single diamond and not multiple diamonds. Okay? So, who is the God of love? We never answered that. Who is the God of love? God or goddess of love? Who is it? Actually, we wrongly associate white sapphire with Venus, right? It is incorrect. The white sapphire is of planet Uranus. It works on the crown chakra. Diamond is the only gemstone for Venus. Another gemstone could be pink tourmaline, right? Wonderful. The god for Venus is Cupid, Kamdev, right? Yes, Cupid, Kamdev. Then we say Urvashi. We have all these Apsaras, Urvashi, Ramba, right? Mohini. But these are gods of lust, not love, right? They are the gods who help you counteract distraction of love. Like if you see Cupid, he makes people fall in love, but that is lust, right? He is Kamdev or Cupid. And what has Kamdev got? He has got a arrow, right? A sugarcane bow arrow, and the tip is laced with sugar. So what will happen is, what does the arrow do? Does the arrow benefit you? Does it nurture you? No, right? When the arrow hits, you are hurt. But because there is sugar, you feel sweet. So you think you are enjoying, but it is a pain. So that is the illusion of love. The love of Kamdev or Cupid brings a lot of suffering. It's not true love. Right? So the whole world is actually in the grip of Maya or Kamdev, where you are into an illusion of love and pain, pleasure and pain. And that's not true love. Right? So what is true love? Okay? In true love, basically what happens is, as we said, that it is not getting pleasure, or it is not gratifying oneself, or it is not possessing the another. It is becoming one with the other person. It is total surrender. Right? In our Hindu religion, we say goddess Kamakshi is the goddess of love. She is the wife of Shiva. Goddess Kamakshi. And if you see, she is sitting with a parrot. Right? Now, why she harnesses the parrot? Or you can say why she masters the parrot. Right? Now, parrot is said to be a bird who repeats what you say without understanding. Right? So, it is an illusion that the parrot is talking, but it doesn't know what it is talking. So, you can say it is senseless. A parrot is a senseless bird. It just talks without really knowing what it is talking. So she masters this senselessness. Right? So true love is depicted by goddess Kamakshi and even goddess Lakshmi, who is the goddess of love. Because Lakshmi shows so much of purity. She sits on a lotus. Because true love is purity. Right? It is totally transparent. There is nothing to hide. And that is true love. There is a story also about Lord Vishnu, that how he was very nicely resting with Lakshmi pressing his feet. Right? In that, Guru came and Vishnu did not notice him. So Guru Brigu kicked Vishnu on the chest. Right? And then Lakshmi, she left Vishnu because she said the Guru has hit you on the chest. So there is a whole story about this, and ultimately it changes into the story of Tirupati Balaji. So this story also shows that Lakshmi is the goddess of love. So as we understand that love is the Hrit Padma Chakra, and that's why we say, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Because this is the heart, and I love you from the Hrit Padma. Right? So when we love a person, truly it is from the Hrit Padma. Right? So this, the Thymus Chakra is about having understanding with the person. Right? So first we develop understanding. Then Anahata Chakra is about trust with the person, that we trust, so open more. We open more to the person. Right? And then we come to the Hrit Padma, where we become one with the person. Right? And Hrit Padma Chakra has got few qualities. And which are the qualities of true love? Right? And what are the qualities? Right? Firstly, as we said, that love happens when you value the person. Right? So if you want to find love, first you have to even value yourself. What happens is, because of whatever experiences you have in life, people develop low self-worth. They don't value themselves. Then what happens? They start seeking from the other person. that I want a person who will love me. As I said, no one will love you. You cannot love a person. You just open up to love. So for that, it is very important to value yourself, right? And for valuing yourself, you have to connect with yourself. That definitely God has created you in this world with some value. You cannot say it is high value or low value. It is a value. Now this value cannot be measured, it cannot be quantified, but it is a value, right? It is as per the moment, as per the time, but you have a value. And it is very important to align with that, right? Second, to have love in life, it is very important to be selfless, right? A selfish person can never love. So what is the meaning of selfless? I'll tell you what is the meaning of selfless. Okay, all of you have written something, but an exact answer has not come. Okay, being selfless doesn't have any relation to greed, because greed is something totally different. Greed is a trait of the Manipur chakra, right? We are talking about the heart chakra. Okay, selflessness is not kindness also. Okay, selfless is not altruistic also. It is not giving without expectations also. Okay, selfless, if I tell you in a very simple way, is taking experience of others like your experience. When you see whatever the other person experiences is also your experience, you are selfless. So we can say that a mother is selfless with her children, because suppose she sees a child enjoying an ice cream, right? She's very happy. She doesn't need to eat the ice cream to enjoy, because she knows how it tastes like, because the child has eaten it, right? If your girlfriend is very happy with a gift, you're also very happy. If your brother gets a promotion, you're so happy. You feel as if it is your promotion, right? So enjoying in others' experiences like your own is being selfless. That there is no self, right? So we can give it different words. What all you have said, they are very nice words that you have said. Give without expectation, but the real meaning is this: selfless. That understanding that the experience of the other person is same like yours. Something like today, Bubbly is my very close friend. Okay, now she comes and tells me that, hey, I went to this wonderful country. I saw this, I saw that. I listened to her and I enjoyed so much that it feels like I have also visited the place. And that is selflessness. So what happens is that today, if you see in this world, every single person is sharing what they went through, right? They're sharing their experiences, right? In the form of movies, in the form of blogs, in the form of different videos. So today the world is actually, we are sharing with each other and we are enjoying. So this is the thread of selflessness that runs through all of us. But what happens is when the self comes, it comes like, I also want to enjoy. I also want to go. Why this person got it, I also want, right? So we start thinking that his happiness is different and my happiness is different. He has eaten, but I have not eaten. He has got gratification, but I have not got gratification, right? So yes, we can say like this, that feeling happy in others' happiness and feeling sad in their sadness is selflessness. So one very important trait of love is selflessness, right? So what is the third trait of love? Okay, we have discussed value, that today love is union. Love is not this. Love is not need, greed. Love is not expecting from the other person because other person is a provider. Love is not that you are the needy or you are the provider. Love is equal. It is value. It is valuing each other. Love is a partnership. What I am giving to you, you are also giving to me. We are one. We are sharing. Right? Love is absolute equality. Absolute equality. You have certain things, I have certain things, but we are equal in love. Right? It is seeing oneness. Oneness of the soul. Right? Having different bodies, having different mind, having different role plays, but being one in the soul. And that's why we say body, mind, sense, identity, all surrender. Love is oneness. To feel oneness, we have to know value. Both have to value each other. Right? And second thing what we said, love is absolute selflessness. Right? What is the third quality of love? What is the third quality of love? Right? The third quality of love is understanding. Many times I ask people that what is the organ which is maximum used in love? Right? I always say it is the ears. When you listen, and that is love. Love happens through this. Right? Understanding the person is love. So much understanding that it becomes compassion. Right? So in love, you have so much of compassion that you are able to take up the pain from the other person, hurt from the other person, even hate from the other person, right? Through understanding. It is like, love between a mother and a child, right? Even if the child is very upset, the mother wants to feed the child and the child just throws the plate. The mother doesn't get upset. She laughs. She understands that the child wants something else. And that is understanding. Right? Even if the child is demanding a toy or he doesn't want to study or he's speaking rudely, what will happen? You understand the child. Right? It is like what we follow with our pets. Right? We are more better with our pets rather than with our children or better with our friends. Right? If your dog bites you by mistake, you're not upset. You understand that yes, he got fearful, he bit me. Right? He was naughty, so he bit my clothes or my slippers. Because love is absolute understanding. That even if a person causes you hurt, pain, or he's angry with you, you understand the person. Right? So, life makes you experience love through few relationships. Right? Initially with your mother, as you grow up with some friends, then with your spouse, then with your children. Right? Sometimes with your teacher. But ultimately, true love will blossom when it is not with a person. True love is not with a person. True love is a state. When you become love, you flower up to love. You flower and you open up to love. Because now the person doesn't exist. Whoever is the person, you are in love. Not with the person, you are love. Because you have got the power to process everything. You can take in every single negativity of the world with your understanding, with your power, with your wisdom, with your intelligence. Right? So love is actually the last chakra to open. Your Hrit Padma Chakra is the last chakra that opens on enlightenment. And this is the time when Shiv and Shakti unite. When you become one with the external world. Today what happens is you're not accepting the present because you have so many definitions in your mind. People should be like this, my life should be like this. So there is a separation between you, who is Shiv, and Shakti, who is the material world. Because you are in the grip of Kamdev, Cupid, Maya. But as you start learning how to handle this world, how to handle differences, how to handle challenges, how to handle fears, how to handle obstacles, how to handle expectations and definitions. As you learn how to handle, the illusion starts getting shattered, and a time comes that you can handle everything. You are in a complete state of fearlessness. And in that state, Cupid dissolves, he just disappears, and you accept the world as it is. And then you become love. Right? So your heart opens completely, and you realize that love is your state. It is your complete state of love, where you can see everyone with the eyes of compassion, with the eyes of understanding. You can forgive people, you can trust people, you can accept people, you can nurture them knowing that they are nurturing you. You can honor them knowing that they honor you. Right? You can, you can see the whole world as it is because you can handle them. And that is the state of enlightened person. Right? So, can we see a PPT on the Hrit Padma Chakra, which is the chakra for love? Right? So, it is just a little graphic. Rise in love. It is actually the Hrit Padma Chakra Sadhana. This is the chakra located below the end of your sternum, right? It is the chakra ruled by Venus, and if you see, it has got two layers, the sun layer and the moon layer. It has the fire and the water, both the elements are there in this chakra. This is the chakra where Shiv and Shakti, they both unite. In our Rudraksha, we wear the Gauri Shankar Rudraksha on this chakra. People who wear Gauri Shankar, they always come and say, I feel so much in love with people after wearing it. Right? Diamond works on this chakra. Rose quartz also works on this chakra. And pink tourmaline. This is the location. The shape we say is a circle because the element air has got the shape circle. The color is pink. Planet is Venus. And this chakra governs the pancreas, the stomach, the eyes, heart, nervous system. All the people who are in anxiety, nervousness, actually have this chakra blocked. Okay. So, nervous disorders, they come from this chakra. So, you can understand it is the lack of love which blocks this chakra. And the sense in this chakra is control. And the action is feel. Right? This is the center of Ananda, because when this chakra opens, a person experiences the highest joy. Okay? He experiences the highest joy. This is the center of feelings. This is the center of self-worth. It is the center of selflessness. And it is the center of love. As we said, out of all the four consciousness, right? Out of all the four consciousness, mind, body, sense and soul, this is the center of the ego of the soul resides in this chakra, right? The ego of the soul resides in this chakra. Because definitely in order to reach there, you have to surrender the ego of the soul. The ego of the body resides in the root chakra. The ego of the mind resides in the solar plexus chakra. The ego of the senses resides in the Anahata chakra. Ego of the soul resides in the Hrit Padma Chakra. Now this chakra gets blocked because of these reasons. One is selfishness. Okay, when you are selfish, when you want to gratify yourself and without the caring of the other person, this chakra is blocked. It gets blocked because of low self-worth, because of pain, because of hurt, because of hate, and because of control. Right? So, we can say that all the relationships, when they start with love. But slowly the ego comes up, I, and then you start controlling. You didn't do this, you didn't call me, you don't miss me, you didn't acknowledge me, it becomes control. So initially the things are very nice, right? What happens between a couple also? Initially the courting days are very nice, but slowly the identity raises its head. And when they get married, she becomes a wife and he becomes a husband. And then the role play starts. And then the love is lost. Because love needs surrender, no identity. But what happens is because of the role play, because of the alignment with the role play, the definitions come forth. Right? Because you are a wife, you are supposed to do this, this, this. You have to respect my parents. You have to do this to the house. You have to get up on time. You have to respect my profession. You have to do this, this. It just comes and the whole love is lost. Right? So, in life, we go through lots and lots of challenges and lots of learnings so that we learn how to understand the other person, how to make ourselves understood, how to detach from controls. When you detach yourself from the person, right, you detach yourself from expectations, from definitions, and how we have to learn how to honor the person, how to respect his opinions, how to let go of things that don't serve us, how to forgive him for his mistakes, right? How to rise above petty things, how to ignore what doesn't serve us, how to ignore the faults and appreciate the good things, right? We learn so many lessons in life, right? Because all these lessons are making us realize love. Right? In true love, we don't look at the darkness in a person because that is not the person. It is what he has not realized about himself. In true love, you see the positive qualities. You see what the person is and not what the person is not. Right? When you're blaming someone for qualities which are undesirable, it is not the person. Right? It is where he has not evolved. You have to look at where he has evolved. So in true love, you see only the good things of the person. Okay, and you ignore where he is not qualified. It is like a mother. A mother never sees my child cannot walk, my child cannot talk, my child does so many mistakes. She just loves the child for who he is. Right? She sees what all can the child do and not what the child cannot do. But when the child starts growing up, right, slowly the identity starts getting formed. And then the expectation comes. And then love goes in the background. Right? So when the identity raises its head, the love goes in the background. Right? But life teaches you that all this identity with which you are aligning, it's a role play. It is not real. It is not real. Don't associate with it. You have not come to live your identity. You have come to realize yourself through the identity. It is like the actor is realizing his true self through his character. But what happens is you have started aligning with the character. And leave the character. You have to ultimately leave your dress, your makeup. You have to leave it. Right? Don't associate with that. Don't associate with those stories, with those plots, with the different incidents. Look at what you have realized through these situations. How you have transformed from these situations. In love, whenever you have any tiff, argument, or you face some challenge together, don't align with the negativity of it. Just see how it has transformed you, what it has made you. When you start seeing this thing becomes meaningless. It just becomes a memory, which you don't have to learn. You don't have to align to. Right? So back to this. So this chakra gets blocked because of selfishness, because of low self-worth, because of control, and because of pain and hate and hurt. Right? And because of this blockage of this chakra, these are the issues we have. Right? When this chakra gets blocked, a person starts expressing negativity, cruelty, frigidity, depression, stingy, lack of love, self-centered. People start feeling, I don't have love here. It is not, love is always there, love is you. But you cannot open up to love because you have so many definitions about how people should be, how they are. So you cannot open yourself to accepting the people. Because you cannot accept, you cannot feel love. Right? Physically, when this chakra is blocked, a person has blood pressure. In major cases, it could be heart attack. Blockage of this chakra is the cause of diabetes, nerve issues, eye issues, paralysis. Actually, this chakra is connected to all the 7 chakras. So you can see that how many people in this world are having blood pressure, heart issues, diabetes, nerve issues, eye issues, paralysis. See, so many health issues happen because of blockage of this chakra. It is just lack of love, lack of accepting people the way they are. And because of that, you're not able to open up yourself to love. It is a lack of power. See, the heart chakra is finally connected to all the 7 chakras, right? So we can say that, suppose I want to show you like this, that the heart chakra is actually connected to all the 7 chakras, right? And it opens because of the support of the rest of the chakras. Heart chakra cannot open easily, right? It is like a rose flower. The rose can open because the thorns are there. It knows it is protected. Its soft, velvety structure is protected. So heart will open when all the other chakras support it. In the Mooladhara chakra, you have the strength to fight, right? In the Swadhisthana chakra, you can defend and protect yourself. You know you have an identity, right? But you are not aligning to the identity. In the Manipur chakra, you have power. You can honor your opinions and you can honor others' opinions. In the heart chakra, you are selfless. You are forgiving. You are detached, right? You are not controlling. You are not controlling how people should be, how they should not be, right? Then in the throat chakra, you are very understanding. You are very communicative. You know you can transform people. In the third eye chakra, you are accepting. And in the crown chakra, you are ready to surrender. And then the heart chakra opens. So this heart chakra will not open without the support of the other chakras, right? And that's why, as we said, the final enlightenment happens in the heart chakra, right? It happens when the person becomes so fearless that the person can open himself to love. Because the most powerful thing in the world is to love. But what happens is we are controlling. Because we are controlling, our heart is in pressure. And that is blood pressure. And the heart wants to not be affected. Because the heart is doing a very big function of pumping the blood. It doesn't want to be affected. But what happens today? You're vibrating as per the external world. If people are good to you, you're happy. If they are not, you're upset, anxious. So today, because your heart is getting so affected, a time comes when you give up, and that is heart attack. And what is diabetes? You cannot process the sweetness of life. So diabetes happens because you cannot process the sugar, the sweetness of life. Because you tend to get entangled in the negativity of this world. You're not able to rise above it and detach yourself. Nerve issues happen because you're not able to handle things. Because you're not able to handle, you become nervous. Eye issues happen because you're not able to see the things the way they are. Eye is an organ which wants to see the truth. But because you cannot accept it, your eyes develop malfunction. And paralysis happen because you are not feeling in control. Either you want to control or you're totally without control. So paralysis happens because of blockage of this chakra. Because of blockage, a person becomes, alienated from this world. He feels very disconnected, frigid. He cannot have feelings. And as we said, the blockage happens because of low self-worth, selfishness, hate, pain, control. So this chakra then opens when you handle these issues As we said, low self-worth by realizing that you have value. You will handle selfishness by realizing that others' experiences are also yours. You will let go of control, right? And when you become totally natural and you rise above the negativity of this world, and then the heart will open, right? So we have spoken a lot about love and heart, right? It is not so simple just to say I love you, because when we tell a person I love you, we have to actually talk through all the 7 chakras. What does I love you mean? In the Mooladhara, I'm ready to support you, right? In the Swadhisthana, I'm ready to nurture your identity. I'm ready to help you grow. In the Manipur, I honor your opinions. In the heart chakra, I trust you. I'm selfless with you. I don't control you. Because love is not what you do to the person. Love is what you allow the person to be. Love is honoring the person for who he is. At the same time, preserving your identity. Sometimes people feel very hurt that I have done so much for this person, still he's like this. I tell love is not compromise or sacrifice. Love is the highest truth. In love, you have to be who you are and allow the person to be who he is. Love happens when you both grow. So in love, you just totally let go of control. And in love, you are able to process the hurt and the pain, because you know it is a definition of the ego. If the ego tells you the person has done something which is not as per you, you know how to process it. You know how to let go. You know how to rise above it. Because you know there is nothing called hurt and pain. It's a definition. And love is the highest understanding. Love is the highest acceptance, and it is the highest surrender. Right? So this brings us to the end of the topic of love. Are we ready to do a meditation? So what we will meditate today is we will let go of control. Today the world is all full of controls. Everyone is controlling the other person. The parents are controlling the children. The spouse is controlling the other spouse. Right? A boss is controlling the employees. Friends are controlling each other. And why you are controlling? Because of your expectations. Because of your definitions. Because you want to live your role play. You don't want to have failure in your role play. You don't want to fail. And you want to take out maximum from your role play. Right? You want to take out the maximum juice from your role play. The boss feels I should not be taken advantage of by the staff. The mother feels my children should not rule over me. Or I should not fail as a mother. Right? So today, let us just meditate on our controls and let go. We have to realize when we let go of controls, people become natural. People become natural when we don't control. Right? Because it is the nature of every single person to want to grow in life. To honor the other person, to love the other person. Your children want to grow when you stop controlling them. Your spouse wants to love you when you stop controlling him. Your employees want to perform when you stop controlling them, right? So in this meditation, you will see your control lines connecting you with the people, right? And you will release it, right? All of you close your eyes, just relax. You're sitting in your favorite seat of your home. Today, I live my life with so many controls. I'm constantly controlling people, how they should be, how they should not be. And isn't this the reason I feel so upset, angry, anxious? I've defined how they should be, how they should not be. Look at your control lines at home. How I control my spouse, my children, my people at home. How they should be, how they must be, how they could be. And so much of fear and anxiety that comes with it. I let go of controls as I listen to the mantra. I release controls. I release the controls. How they should be, how they must be, how they could be. So much of anger within me, so much of anxiety, so much of fear, so much of fear of failure in my role. The lust to get most out of my role, the greed to get most out of my role, but the fear of being shortchanged, of being taken advantage of being taken for granted, how much I control. I control using my emotions, my service, money. Just see how you control and start releasing controls.
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
I keep on releasing controls. Just let go of controls to make them natural. So much of expectations from them, so much of controlling them, so much of stress, so much of anxiety, how they should be, how they must be, how they could be, how they would be. Just let go of controls. We have not come in this world for a karma. We have come to become. We have come to realize. Just let go of controls from the house, controlling spouse, controlling children. Keep on releasing controls on the house. Fear of being taken for granted. Fear of being shortchanged. Fear of being taken advantage of if I let go of controls. So much of lust of taking out maximum, of gratifying myself. Fear of failure. Keep on releasing, keep on releasing.
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
The more you feel these emotions of control, the more effect you will get out of this meditation. Just see yourself controlling them, controlling the children for their studies, controlling the spouse for his time for you, for his attention, for his love, controlling people, controlling family. Keep on releasing control from the house. Not even house, release controls from your neighborhood. How people should be, how they should behave. Now release controls from your extended family, friends. Release controls from your parents, your brothers and sisters, your in-laws, your cousins, your friends. How I control them, how I expect from them, because every single expectation is controlled. Keep on seeing the controls and keep on releasing from house, neighborhood, family and friends as you listen to the mantra.
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः
Keep on releasing the control lines, how they should be, how they must be, how they could be, how they would be. So much of control lines, so much of expectations, so much of anxiety, stress, tiffs, anger, so much of fear of failure in my role, so much of fear of being taken for granted, of being shortchanged, of not being listened to. Keep on releasing this control on the children, on the spouse, controls on the neighborhood, controls on parents, brothers and sisters, their family, friends, cousins. Keep on releasing this control. Fear of being taken for granted, cheated, fear of not having control, lust of getting most out of the role, greed of getting most out of the role. Keep on releasing control from house, family, friends, loved ones. Keep on releasing. Keep on releasing control now from the workplace, how I control my colleagues, my staff, my customers, how I expect from them what they should be, what they could be, what they would be, what they must be. So much of stress, so much of anxiety, so much of anger, so much of tips. Keep on releasing controls, so much of arguments, so much of lust of getting most out of them, so much of greed of getting most out of them. At the same time, so much of fear of failure, so much of fear of being taken advantage of if I don't control, fear of being taken for granted, fear of losing control. Now imagine lots of water has started pouring, washing the control lines at home with children and spouse. control line with parents, cousins, brothers and sisters, friends, neighbors, control lines with my colleagues, my staff, my customers. Keep on releasing, keep on washing the lines. Lots and lots of water is pouring, washing the lines. See, lots and lots of water pouring, washing the lines. So much of emotions are being washed away. Why do I control? What is the reason I control? Think about it. Why am I controlling? Why am I expecting? Why can't I allow people to be natural? What is my fear of letting go of control? Why do I want to control? What do I fear losing? Keep on thinking about it and see lots and lots of water washing the control lines as you listen to the mantra. Keep on releasing controls. What is the reason I control? Because I have dependency on the person to live my role. I control because of dependency and I fear failure. Keep on releasing this dependency on children, on spouse, on parents, emotional dependency, physical dependency, financial dependency, mental dependency, social dependency. Keep on washing the dependencies on children, on spouse, on parents, on relations, on my colleagues, on my staff. I control because of dependency. Release the dependency. Keep on releasing the dependency. See lots and lots of water pouring, releasing this dependency. Releasing my controlling people out of fear of failure. Whether it is good or bad, right or wrong, across all the 9 levels. I release controls, I release dependency. I release this lack of respect for their free will, this lack of faith in myself and God, that He will take care. I keep on releasing control. You're doing very well. Just 7 more minutes. Keep on releasing this control from your city, from your state, from your country. Release this control from the neighboring countries. Release this control from the whole earth, from all the 9 planets. Now see the control lines entering a vortex in front of you. The vortex is spiraling at high speed, sucking up every single control line that you have collected from your children, your spouse, your parents, your brothers and sisters, your cousins. Control lines from your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues, your juniors, your seniors. Keep on releasing these control lines. Keep on releasing this dependency on them. There is no dependency in this world. It is a partnership guaranteed by God, given by God, to live by role play, to realize myself. There is no dependency I need in this world. No physical, financial, mental. Release this dependency to connect to your power. Release this lack of respect for others' free will, which makes me control them. This fear of not having control. This fear of being taken for advantage. This fear of being taken for a ride, of being shortchanged if I don't control. This fear of failure in my role. This greed and lust of getting most out of my role. This lack of faith in myself and God, which makes me control. Keep on releasing the control. See lots and lots of water pouring and washing the control lines. See every single control line entering the vortex. Lots and lots of water is washing away the control lines. See different control lines like sticks entering the vortex from the house, from the neighborhood, from the extended family, friends, from the workplace, from city, state, country, neighboring countries, earth, universe. Keep on washing, keep on washing.
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः.
See all the control lines entering the vortex, controlling others emotionally, controlling others by withdrawing some service, controlling others financially, expecting from them, defining them as per what they should do, could do, would do, must do. Fear of failure in my role play, dependency on them emotionally, mentally, financially, physically, fear of not having control, fear of being shortchanged, taken advantage of, taken for granted, not respecting their free will, so much of lack of faith in myself and God. Keep on washing, keep on washing.
भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः.
See the control lines entering the vortex like big chunks, big pieces, in clusters, in groups. See 10% of the earth cleansed of all control lines of how people should be, how they could be, how they would be, how they must be. 20% of the control lines have entered the vortex. Just give up controls. Surrender the controls. Let people become natural. They are in love when they are natural. Love is letting go of all controls, freeing the other person from expectations, freeing the other person from definitions, allowing the person to be who he is or who she is. Love is beingness and not doingness. Just let go of controls, dependency on the person, fear of losing control, this lack of faith in myself and God. 30% of earth is cleansed of my controls. See the control lines entering the vortex. 40% of the earth is cleansed of my controls. See the cleansed part of the earth totally white, totally pure and pristine. 50% of the earth is free of my control lines. Whether it is good or bad, right or wrong, across all the 9 levels, I release controls. 60% of the earth is free of controls.
भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि
70% of the earth is cleansed of controls.
भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि
80% of the earth is cleansed of controls. See the control lines rushing towards the vortex like big chunks, big pieces.
भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्
90% of the earth is cleansed of all the control lines. Control lines on my children, my spouse, my parents, my brothers and sisters, my friends, my contacts, my seniors, my juniors, my colleagues. Control lines from my city, state, country, world. How people should be, would be, must be, could be. So much of lack of faith in myself and God. Release it. Release this dependency on people. Keep on releasing these control lines. 90% of the earth is cleansed. Now cleanse 100% of the earth. I count till 10. And in 10, all the control lines would have been surrendered to the vortex. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Just surrender the control. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going. See the big bag of definitions I had made, how people should be in relationships, how children should be, how spouse should be, how parents should be, how friends should be, how staff should be, how boss should be, how customers should be, how vendors should be, These definitions are my own. If I stop making definitions, they evolve to their natural state. Throw this big bag also inside the vortex. Just see it entering the vortex, the mouth of the bag, the middle of the bag, the end of the bag. Throw this bag also inside the vortex. See this need to control others and surrender this need to control people. See the need entering the vortex. NEED. See the habit of controlling people entering the vortex. Surrender the habit. HABIT. The need has gone. The habit has gone. Now finally, surrender the ability to control people. ABILITY. Surrender the complete ability to control people inside the vortex. From today, I cannot control people anymore. I let them flower to their natural state with faith in myself and faith in God. See the habit, need, and ability to control people entering the vortex. You may rub your hands over your eyes and slowly open your eyes.